This is I only touch greatness remix. Scan the code and follow.
I feel is Ghetto Fabulous.
Okay.
How did that all come about? And working with Dr. Dre and Mac 10.
I after Soul on Ice. Let me turn that off. After Soul on Ice, so this would be about 97. I got a call from a big brother of mine who I knew him from my friend Flip, who helped me produce Soul on Ice. So his name is Mike Lynn. Mike called me one day and was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like, whatever, chilling. And he was like, "Hey, man, we starting this new company. Me and Dr. Dre, Dr. Dre started this new company. I'm the vice president. Would you be interested in coming up and meeting Dr. Dre?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." So went up, and long story short, that turned into me bringing Saphir and Exhibit there eventually. I was kind of brought in to, I had a record deal, but Dre is about just pulling talented people together and coming up with, seeing what magic happens. And so,
yeah, don't feel that's the only question you're gonna get.
No. Yeah, okay. So yeah, let me make a long story short. I ended up doing my second album. Dre gave me some options on beats, and I kind of said, "Hey, that been there, done that tango part. I want to do that. Let me try some of that." And I wrote it. He liked it, and he decided he wanted to be a part of it. So I wrote his verse, and then I went to Mac, man, and asked him, who's my label mate at Priority, and Mac was a super gracious, good guy, and I appreciate it, man. And they supported me, and extensively. A large quantity of the West Coast showed up to that video shoot to support. So I'm always grateful for that.
And you grew up in Watts?
Grew up in Watts and Carson. So I went to school in Watts until middle of the 7th grade. And from 7th grade on, I went to school in Carson.
Later down the line, I got a couple questions about some friends of yours that I've worked with personally. So, okay. I mean, one of them is Glasses Malone, of course.
Oh yeah, Glasses, yes sir.
And okay, let's just skip right to that question. Also, Village Boo.
Village Boo.
He did a rap song. He did a verse for me up here in Vancouver, Canada, one time.
That's dope, man. No, Boo's my guy, man.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he would remember. I still have the song. It's on Spotify and everything, and iTunes.
Awesome.
So check
40 Glock and Village Boo.
Yeah, I got, and of course I got 40 Glock too, but I've never actually worked with 40. We tried a bunch of times to do a track together. Spider Lope is on one of my tracks.
Yep. Literally, my grandmother's house is on the same street as Spider Lope's family's house. So we, like his brother and me, we're in the same grade. So we're running around. So I've known Spider Lope since I'm older. So technically, I probably basically knew him before he was born.
Yeah. So I did a song with Spider Lope, not the same song with Village Boo, but I put Dre. Yeah, I put Dresta on it as well.
Oh, word. Yeah.
I was, because I'm a little about me. I'm just an A&R out in Vancouver that always loved West Coast hip hop, and
I love Van City for that, man. You guys always show, but we the West Coast, so it only makes sense, man. But I feel like Vancouver is the other part of LA, man.
It's almost like it. We got a pretty laid back lifestyle as well, and everything is good. And so I basically always focused on the West Coast. I managed a Dominican artist that did English and Spanish.
Dope.
I don't rap. I just do the intros. Like I do the screaming on the beginning. And that's what I would put my Dominican artist on tracks with all these guys I just named.
Dope. That's dope.
So that's basically a little about me. Let's get back to the questions. I read somewhere, I think actually it might have been you did a DJ Vlad in an interview. Your dad was a cop growing up. Does that make that hard?
We saw things differently. I think now we see the world very similar. I think he was trying to protect me from what was out there, and I think I was running headstrong into, the things that we're talking about now: Black Lives Matter, police killing people, systematic racism. So he was trying to shield me from that, and trying to. I think his goal was for me to have better than him, and to follow in the situation, be the work within the system, to make my life easier. And I totally was hard-headed. I wasn't interested in doing that. But we came full circle, and we see eye to eye about pretty much everything.
Okay, cool. Don't worry, I got a surprise for you coming. I got one of your good friends popping in here. So
word, okay.
If you can make it to 7:15 hanging out with me, we got it. I got a surprise for you. I got a surprise for you. Okay, you lost your first record deal because you went to jail.
Yeah.
What kind of like, here's the cake, take the cake back kind of idea was that?
Well, everything happens for a reason, man. And I was pretty blessed. I had a buzz going within the industry. I ran into my friends. I went to the Gavin, which was a music seminar, industry seminar, in San Francisco. I ran outside of my hotel was locked up. If you didn't have like a pass, they wouldn't even let you get through the entrance. And when I went out, I went to go buy a burger, I think. A couple of my friends that were older than me, but I knew them from just hip hop and just the streets of LA, being part of the culture. They danced more. And I used to be a B-boy, and then I transitioned into the rhyming. But anyway, it was Imani and Romine from Far Side. And I remember I ran out, and they were like, man, we want to rap. We want a record deal. And I remember I was just like, well, there's a lot of people from, Capitol and this record and so in my room. Like, come on. So I just brought them upstairs, and they did Your Mama, but with no beat, and jumped all over the couches, and they had everybody laughing. And Paul Stewart, DJP, who was managing me, and that Delicious Vinyl deal was going to be for me. But I caught a case, and I was soon to go to jail for a year and a half. It actually worked out the way it was supposed to. They ended up getting that record deal. I think, that probably wasn't. That was my first demo. That wasn't the stuff that would become Soul on Ice. I hadn't even written all that stuff. I had to go to jail to create and have all that experience and reflection and create Soul on Ice. So it was a different Ras Kass. My first album, it would have been a different label. So I guess it worked out how I was supposed to.
You're tuning into I Only Touch Greatness podcast, Vancouver's best show with Ryan Hayes.
Often imitated but never duplicated, I Only Touch Greatness podcast with Ryan Hayes. Looking for the most beers on tap, great steaks, great staff? Head over to the John B.
The John B. Pub, the best bar in town. Say Hayes sent you.